Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, protests there that continues. Unfortunately, 12 civilians and 3 policemen have been killed. In PoK, 12 civilians and 3 policemen have been killed. Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, 3 days of protests have gone on, 3 straight days. While in protests, the unrest has been led by the Joint Awami Action Committee, a protest group in PoK, JAAC, that's led these protests, which has resulted in a shutdown of PoK. Markets have closed, transport, internet, all shut. Of course, the Pakistan government at this point not allowing this protest to snowball. But what really triggered it? People in PoK are fed up with the Pakistan government. They've been denied basic rights for 70 years. They're angry now and all the more furious that when they got down to the streets to protest, the Pakistan army decided to fire at them. 12 people have died in this. In fact, many of the people there who are the protesters were trying to march towards Muzaffarabad with their demands, and the police opened fire. These are the visuals that show protesters hurling stones, angry protesters, because the army there opened fire. Protesters there began to hurl stones. They toppled shipping containers. In fact, the Pakistan army had placed shipping containers to stop the protesters right on their tracks, but here you have visuals there where protesters are literally pushing off those shipping containers into water right from the bridge. They've overturned vehicles. They've forcibly tried to make their way to Muzaffarabad. And this is exactly what the army and the government does not want. And they're using brute force to stop these people on their tracks. Now, the protest group, the JAAC, have made multiple demands. And that includes, number one, to abolish 12 PoK assembly seats that's reserved for Kashmiri refugees in Pakistan. Number two, label the ISI-backed Muslim Conference a terrorist group. And number three, release jailed protesters in PoK and Pakistan at the earliest. And also pay compensation to all those people who've been killed in this protest. The protesters now demanding that the same amount of compensation given to the policemen's families, that compensation should also be extended to the protesters who died in these protests. The JAC warns this is only plan A. They have backup plans if the government does not budge, and if they do not take their demands seriously, then they have a severe plan D as well if Islamabad refuses to act. Meanwhile, Pakistan has sent thousands of troops and cut internet access there. Solidarity protest is also being planned outside Pakistan High Commission in London. Imagine 12 people have died in this protest there in a small region of PoK, Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, and their demands of basic facilities have been ignored and overlooked for the last 70 years, is what people of PoK say. To give us a little sense on what's happening there, we have our panelist, Zulkarnain Tahir, political correspondent of Dawn newspaper, Lahore. We also have Dr. Amjad Ayub Mirza, activist of POJK, joining us live from London, and Major General Rajan Kochar, defense and geopolitical expert. I welcome all of you to this talk here. It's tragic to see that 12 people have died in the latest information that we have. How did it get so out of hand? If I could bring in our guest from Lahore itself, Zulkarnain, go on. What exactly are the demands of PoK, and couldn't the army have handled this better?
Yeah, you see, the local administration, if I would say local administration as well as police are to be blamed for this. Usually it's been seen that police, you mean, go to curb such kind of protest through high-headedness, in fact. And that really didn't go down well with that protest in Kashmir. And now, even now, it's been it kicked off 3 days back, continued, and so far only one negotiation team government formed by have met with the protesters, their leaders, but couldn't satisfy them. And what the other thing government found good, that just blackout media. It's been complete blackout on media. What's been happening in Kashmir? So that's the kind of solution the authorities find usually. But the protesters, what they have in their mind, life is tough for them in terms of soaring electricity bills. There's a wheat issue. They also want local body elections, which the government promised but never took place, and also that the elite thing, they want abolition of elite seats in the assembly, as well as the quota system, and other demand is they want the release of their um, uh, of the prisoners.
Listeners,
The
I've just listed out those demands as well, and these are not new demands. They've been demanding this for quite a while. Protesters say for 70 years they've waited for someone to listen to them, and now out of sheer frustration they're out on the streets. Dr. Amjad, would you give your understanding on this? We see this is a frustration of people that's come out after years of being denied their basic rights. That's what they say.
Well, you see, what this Dawn correspondent, Mr. Zulkarnain, has mentioned, this is a testimony to the fact that the most respected English newspaper, Dawn, the correspondent hasn't got a clue about what we are demanding, because they have never bothered to come, inquire, write a story about us in their newspaper. We are not demanding local bodies elections. Local bodies elections were held 2 years ago, after 30 years. And the Prime Minister of Pakistani-occupied Jammu Kashmir, who took the initiative, was kicked out by the military establishment for holding those elections. And now those councillors who have been elected have never been given any development fund. So the demand is for development fund. But more importantly, the demand is for the 12 refugee seats to be abolished, because they don't live in Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir. They live in different parts of Pakistan, and they have no standing in local POJK issues. Number one. Number two ho gaya ye. Number three, I think that the Indian media has to correct their narrative as well. Don't say Kashmiris are being shot at in POJK. Say Indian citizens living under the occupation of Pakistan have been shot at by Pakistan security forces, whether it's FC or whatever. The 3 policemen who have died were not killed by protesters. They were Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir Azad Kashmir police, and they refused to open fire on innocent peaceful protest marchers. And in retaliation, the Punjab police opened fire on the POJK police and killed 3 of our policemen from POJK.
Three policemen have died and 12 civilians. Could you give us the right number?
Yeah, 13 civilians, the latest, it's keep increasing. 189 have been wounded, they say, in one place. 200 people are waiting for ambulance in Muzaffarabad alone. They are denying us first aid. They are denying to take our people to the hospital. People are carrying them on their back or on their motorbikes and rushing to the nearest health facility for first aid. Now, the city of Dheer Court has fallen. The city of Dheer Court is totally under the control of Joint Awami Action Committee protesters and the JK police. They are collaborating. The police of POJK have joined the protesters. They have refused to open fire. And the policemen who were killed are of POJK origin. So first of all, please stop saying POJK. Say POJK, but add that Indian citizens are being killed. We are Indian citizens because on the 26th of October 1947, our king signed an instrument of accession with Mountbatten to join the Union of India.
Call yourself an Indian citizen.
Of course, we are all by default Indian citizens. Whether someone realizes that or not, that's their problem. So my point is, if we are Indian citizens and if Indian government says that we are there a two-tongue, where is the Indian government now? Where is our Home Minister, Amit Shah? Where is Manoj Sinha, the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir? Are we not part of the erstwhile state of Jammu Kashmir? He is also our Lieutenant Governor. Amit Shah is also our Home Minister, Defense Minister. So my demand is that with immediate effect, India should announce POJK as a no-fly zone. Any jet that comes to bombard our people should be intercepted by Indian Air Force or by Indian defense system, because they are sending jets in, they are sending strike helicopters in to kill Indian citizens living in Pakistani
That's
occupied
the
Jammu
brute
Kashmir.
force
So
that's being
not
used because
only
people of
Pakistan.
POJ, people of POJK are demanding their basic rights, and that's what's shocking here. But Major General Rajan, your take on this, on how delicate can India handle a situation like this? Well, you have Dr.
Yes.
Amjad, who says that we are Indian citizens and India has responsibility towards us. Uh, Now, not all of them in POJK talk like him, but he does share a sentiment of a large number of people there as well. So, how can India really intervene at a time like this?
Thank you, Nabila. I think Dr. Amjad has given a very interesting perspective of POJK, because as of now, POJK is actually a part of Pakistan, and whatever be the aspirations of the people,
Part of
they
Pakistan.
have to be more visible to us in order for India to take action. You see, what is happening in POJK is also happening in Balochistan. It is also happening in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, because all these three areas I've been following it, observing, and especially in POJK, it is now turning into a, a civilian movement. You see, earlier it was a protest in one place or other place, you isolated your protest, but now what I'm seeing is there is a mass civilian uprising. So it is slowly leading to a civil war situation. These visuals are extremely disturbing when we see that a firing by the Pakistan Rangers, which is a paramilitary organization of Pakistan, on innocent protesters, and in the manner 13 casualties so far. Actually, we don't know how many, because there is a blockage of media there, and the Pakistan government has to look at the cause and effect. You see, whenever we discuss these kind of discussions, uh, the cause effect relationship has to be brought out. And here it is that uh, there is a mass discrimination against the locals. The governing powers are not with them. The local governing councils, as we actually call them, uh, uh, hill area development councils are not existing in Pakistan. Inflation, unemployment, and especially these power situation there is very, very critical. For example, the power generated by the rivers there is 2,750 megawatts, and POJK only gets 350 megawatts, and the entire power is being transferred to Punjab and Sindh areas. So there is a resentment. When we talk about Baluchis also, they talk about Punjabi dominance in each and every aspect of administration. And the same thing we are seeing in POJK also, because uh, there is a predominant Punjabi lobby. In case you have a look at the Pakistan army, and if you have carried out analysis of the demographic structure of their senior ranks, 80% of the senior officers are Punjabis. And that is what is the cause of resentment, because if the locals are not given that recognition or that power, and gross unemployment, on underdevelopment, a rising cost of everything in POJK, and the people in the POJK actually compare themselves with the people in Jammu and Kashmir, because the kith and kin is the same. If there is a cousin who stays in our Kashmir, there is another cousin who stays in POJK. So they tend to compare what is happening in India and especially our part of the world and their part of the world, and that is why I'm my analysis, my ultimate analysis is that in case Pakistan does not address these grievances or does not talk to these local leaders of POJK, it is heading for a big trouble. I won't be surprised if we have a situation like the 1971 mass uprising in East Pakistan, where maybe India may have to intervene at some point of time, because in 1971 the massacres and the rapes which were carried out by the Pakistan army, India had to intervene in that situation. I am afraid Dr. Amjad has raised a raw nerve here, because in
My
case
only
the
question
people
is, you had a lot of talk around POJK, India claiming that region after this near war with Pakistan that we had post Pahalgam. We expected there to be some movement from the Indian government and the Home Ministry. Do you believe it's feasible? Do you believe that there will be action or steps taken? Do you foresee this in your experience?
Uh, see, in my experience, I feel right now it is a too early stages. It's too premature for India to.
But if people of POJK are desperate for Indian intervention, don't you think there's responsibility on our end?
Definitely, I agree with that point of view, because ultimately, in case the people carry out their self-determination rights and they want to be united with India, we can take up the issues at international forums. So far, we have not been very vocal about it. We have been talking on the domestic platform. We have been
This is a
talking.
totally wrong approach. With due respect, this is a totally wrong approach. मेरी बात सुने जरा, थोड़ा सा मैं आपको ना हिंदी में समझाता हूँ कि
ठीक है
एक
अमजद साहब।
आदमी है, वो क्लेम करता है कि वो फलानी औरत जो है, फलां औरत मेरी बीवी है, ठीक है ना, वो हो गया क्लेम, ठीक है। एक आदमी है जिसके पास निकाहनामा है, जिसके पास कोर्ट क्या जहां उसने शादी की है उसका मैरिज रजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट है। दोनों में फर्क है। आप ऐसे बात कर रहे हैं कि जी पाकिस्तान को ये करना चाहिए, पाकिस्तान को फौजें निकालनी चाहिए पीओजे से,
बट
जो
अभी
यूनाइटेड नेशन की।
अभी
एक
पीओजे के
सेकंड, एक सेकंड
पाकिस्तान के
प्लीज,
कब्जे में
एक
है.
सेकंड,
इट्स दैट्स
Let's
द
एक
be
एक
practical,
सेकंड,
that's
एक
the
Dr.
सेकंड।
Amjad.
fact.
अब
Dr.
बात ये
Amjad,
है कि
let's be
कोई
practical.
माने
Yeah,
या ना
Dr.
माने।
Amjad, exactly. Practicality is the need of the hour. You can,
Yes.
I'm not
emotions
asking
could be
for
boiling right
India
now. You
to
might
come
want
into
India to intervene,
POJK.
but the
I'm
fact is that
not, that is
it's
not my
held by
demand.
Pakistan. How
No,
soon do you
listen
think
to
that
me.
India can intervene in a situation like this? The
No,
situation
I
is
am not asking for
boiling out
Indian
of control.
intervention.
What's
Listen,
with immediate effect that you can do to calm the situation there? Is there any measure that POJK has taken, the people of POJK have
let me
taken?
finish. I'm from POJK. My people are under attack. So let me please have some time to explain the situation. I'm not demanding that India should send troops into POJK. I'm never asked for that. What I'm asking for is there is a Lok Sabha, there is a Rajya Sabha, there is a United Nations where we have our Indian representative over sitting over there. What are they doing? Where is Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister of the whole of India, including POJK and Gilgit-Baltistan? Why is the Indian government not asking the High Commission of Pakistan in Delhi to come to the Ministry of External Affairs and explain why are they shooting at Indian citizens? You mentally do not consider POJK people as Indian citizens. That is why your whole narrative is confused. You are treating POJK as a separate entity like another country, and things are happening and we might have to send troops. You don't have to send troops. All you have to do is your our home minister should issue a statement, defense minister should issue a statement. There should be a crisis in the cabinet about this issue. Just imagine if people are being shot at in Mumbai or in Lucknow or in Maharashtra. Would you have the same attitude? Would Amit Shah ji just have his lunch and go to have a nap in the afternoon? No. So treat us as equals. And if you do not trust us as equals, then the people of POJK are going to drift away from the narrative of reunification with India. It's common sense. So either
I
you
never
consider us
expected
Indian
firing on
citizens or
India.
not.
I was really prepared today to ask questions on why Pakistan has lacked the will to ensure demands are fulfilled, and it's unfortunate that the people don't
Because we
even
are a
trust Pakistan to
colony.
begin with. They don't even believe they're part of Pakistan. They believe they're part of India, and that this changes the entire narrative. Zulkarnain, how do you receive a statement like this? Someone prominent from POJK saying we're not Pakistanis. We don't want to be part of Pakistan. We want India to intervene and save us. He said it in as many words. Is that why there is discrimination against them?
No, the first thing I just would like to clarify on Mr. Amjad's observation about the local body. You see that you need to see the whole Kashmir situation in Pakistan in total perspective. That is of people want their rulers, their leaders elected through vote. You know, local body election were held when Imran Khan was ousted. They after that that government of Kashmir, it has to be aligned with the Islamabad government. Changed local body election that happened. The representative they're not taking currently. Then people of Kashmir not taking them their representative. They want fresh elections, local bodies. One thing is there, and even uh, Azad Kashmir government currently the whole lot is out against it because they think they are not their representative in that perspective. If you see it, besides the other things like inflation, as I talk about, soaring electricity bills, and that protest kicked off from the basic things of that basic need of the people. They think they're not getting job, they're being oppressed, and these are the things they have to be addressed. Primarily Islamabad.
Electricity bills is not
Islamabad
the
needs to send
issue.
a team
We
over
won
there,
that battle.
hold,
We are
hold the
now
talks
being
with them.
sold electricity for 3 rupees per unit. Electricity का मसला नहीं है. मसला ये है कि आप हमें एक कॉलोनी की तरह इस्तेमाल करते हैं. वी आर ट्रीटेड एज अ कॉलोनी. और कॉलोनी जो होती है, इट इज एक्सप्लॉइटेड फॉर रॉ मटेरियल्स फॉर द ऑक्युपायर. सो यू प्लंडर अवर वाटर, you don't give us anything. You plunder electricity produced by Mangla Dam and other hydropower projects. You steal our wood from our forest. From 42%, now our forest mass is 14%. The relationship between Pakistan and Pakistani occupied Jammu Kashmir is not that of equals. That is my question from the Indian BJP government, which is failing to address this issue. For the past 6 years, we have been protesting and dying for the past 6 years. Not one statement has come in favor of our people.
Yeah.
Statements do come here and there, but their statements are for other reasons. When they visit Jammu Kashmir, they issue a statement. But now, where are they now? Where are they now?
Let me bring in a final word from Major General Rajan. I empathize with the people of POJK, and to hear Dr. Amjad speak at this point really awakens our conscience. If there is a way that India can intervene, if people there really strongly believe that they're part of India and Indians, then it's high time that the Modi government walk the talk.
You see, I can understand the sentiments of Dr. Amjad. He's very much emotionally involved in this entire process because he can feel the pain himself. But what we have to see is that what should be the methodology for the Indian government to tackle this issue. But I feel the first and foremost, and I agree with Dr. Amjad that the issue has to be raised in the United Nations, in all the multinational forums, and expose Pakistan and bring the plight of the people in the POJK. That is step number one. Step number two is we have to push for an international fact finding mission through the UN human rights commissions and the NGOs and whatever organizations are involved. See, today we are hearing one voice on your TV channel. We want to know exactly do the entire population of POJK?
Oh, why it's not a matter of entire population. It's a matter of nikah nama. We have nikah
You see,
nama.
all
हमारा
those
nikah
things.
हुआ है.
You see, all those things
But
are
Major
legal
General,
aspects.
I agree with Dr. Amjad. It's not
We
about
are
the
legal
it's not
entity
about the
of
entire
India.
population. It's
आप
also
इतनी लंबी लंबी छोड़ रहे हैं कि जी यूनाइटेड नेशन 70 साल से हम यूनाइटेड नेशन के दरवाजे खटखटा रहे हैं. आप एक बयान नहीं दे सकते हमेशा कि आई कंडेम व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन पीओजे के.
true.
एक बयान नहीं आ सकता आपका और आप हमें कहते हैं कि जी पूरे अवाम से वो फिर रायशुमारी कराएं. दैट गो फॉर प्लेबिसाइड. दैट वाज द ओरिजिनल डिमांड ऑफ द पीपल ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर. फिर रायशुमारी के लिए आए आप. जनरल साहब की बात का तो ये मतलब है कि जो एग्रीमेंट्स इंडिया के साथ महाराजा हरि सिंह ने किए थे वो पीओजे के और गिलगित बल्तिस्तान पर उनका कोई इतलाक नहीं होता. लिहाजा फिर
Dr.
हम
Amjad,
रायशुमारी कराएं. तो हम रायशुमारी के लिए भी तैयार हैं. आप हमें ये
our
चाहते हैं कि हम लोग
position.
ये नारा दें रायशुमारी का.
Let me you give a perspective on this. Our position on POJK has not changed. We still maintain what you are saying in case you have heard
So
a
that's
defense.
precisely what Dr. Amjad says, and there's not been a word
Yes.
of condemnation from the government.
Possibly that will come. You see,
When we are dead.
no,
It
it will
never
come.
came. It never came. For 2 years we have been
No,
fighting
I'm
and
sure the
dying.
government will take
Never
cognizance
came.
of this because these kind of protests so far have not actually happened in such a mass scale because we are seeing that people from the villages
Right.
and other unit
Right.
towns are also
My
coming.
final question, as I'm limited on time here, Dr. Amjad, do you also face terrorism in POJK? We hear some bases have been set up there. You want some
Those
groups to be.
bases, my dear, those bases have nothing to do with POJK people. Those are established by Pakistan Army, and they have got Punjabi and this what they call it Pashtun Afghans who they train to infiltrate into India, or there are those who used to be followers of Ali Gilani or Yasin Malik, that kind of Kashmiris who come from the valley, get trained and go back because they know the terrain. I now find out, I now realize that I think we are wrong. We are wrong by expecting that our mother, Bharat Mata, is going to come and hug us and hold us and save us. So we might go for plebiscite. We might ask the people of the whole state, including Ladakh. See what are you, Amit Shah, doing in Ladakh? 8 days there has been curfew there, and Amit Shah cannot leave Delhi and go there. How much
There are
arrogance can you
talks
expect
are
from them?
on, talks are on, though people of Ladakh are
No
furious
talks.
that.
भाई आपने हमारा एक भारत का वॉर वेटरन कारगिल का उसको गोली मार दी, पीछे से गोली मारी, पूरे जिस्म पे उसका ब्लू किया हुआ है मार मार के. What are you talking about? You are.
All
I
right.
am talking about how to say Bharat Mata. Bharat Mata is divided today on several issues, on religious fault lines, on ethnic fault lines, or now on Ladakh. आपसे तो कुछ चीज
You know,
संभाली नहीं जा
Ladakh
रही.
is right now being handled. Talks are on, though there is friction, and
No, they have
that
rejected the talk.
the Home
apex
Ministry is
body-
dealing with it.
the
But I'm sorry,
apex-
and
No,
I'm sorry that you
apex
feel that way
body
about
and the
POJK.
democratic
I'm
body
sorry you
have
feel that way
rejected
about
talk.
POJK. Speaking of POJK,
have
you
rejected
are
the talk until
right now. Your
Sonam
people of
Wangchuck
POJK are in
released, they have
danger.
rejected the talks. Let's be objective. Let's be objective, my dear.
Precisely why my question here is being objective is that we can't wait for Indian government to come and intervene in your situation at this point. Yes, a condemnation is certainly called for, but besides that, what are you doing in your capacity right now to ensure your people are safe? Because it looks like dangerous
Well,
scenes.
we have asked people to arm themselves against this brutality. They are fighting back. We are Pahadi log. We are mountainous people. We know how to fight. Punjab police is from the plains. They don't know how the mountain warfare and how to climb the mountain on high altitude.
So are your people
इनको
armed?
मार
Are
मार
your
के इनका
people
धुआं
armed?
बना दिया है.
Are
हमने
your
इनकी
people
वर्दियां
armed,
उतार
sir?
दी हैं.
Are your people armed?
Yeah, they are armed with sticks and rocks. That is all we
right.
have.
You know, I really pray
We will
that your
fight
people
back.
are safe, and we hope
We
your
will
demands are
fight
met at the
back
earliest.
Whether India condemns this atrocity that is taking place
We'll wait to
or not,
watch.
we will fight back.
We are also equally waiting to watch. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
no problem.
That's all I have time for, sir.